Hello and welcome to the Ohio Eternal Podcast. I'm your host, TJ Houston, joined with my co-host, the man wearing the Jinkos, bringing them back in 2025. Dude. He doesn't care about legacy. He cares about awesome pants. Are they like green screen pants? Oh, dude, bro's rocking the Jinkos right now.
Burgundy
Love to see it. Love to see it.
Burgundy corduroys, mother flippers.
That's right. Love that. So we were brainstorming ideas for topics. So we have some guests that are lined up to come on, which is cool. Talking a little bit about Popper in a future episode, also Buffalo Chicken Dip, only a couple weeks away. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today too. We're hoping to get the guys from Columbus on just to talk about that event and building that community, which will be super dope. But as Ben and I were talking, like we were brainstorming ideas for this episode, and it was like we haven't talked in a while. Like it's been 2 weeks really since we've talked. Our group chat between yourself and Tony and I mean, it's one of those things that when you adult, life gets busy, right? So we just wanted to kind of talk about what's going on with Legacy, what are we looking at, what are we focusing on, and see where this takes us, right? So, Ben, what have you been? I mean, I know what you've been playing mostly. Yeah. So 2 weeks ago, we had better plays in Stowe. 5 rounds?
Yeah, 5 rounds. We had 20 players.
We had 20 players firing local for Legacy. So
I'm expecting more this week, which is crazy.
Yeah. So in our Discord, there was like 6 or 7 people that already said they were coming, which is pretty dope. I'm going to make some calls because I got a couple extra seats in my vehicle to see if I can bring some people along as well and just get them into the format. But, playing 5 long Legacy, rounds of Legacy was pretty awesome. We did record those videos. So my hope is that, I'm a teacher, so we have Monday off. So my hope is to get some of those videos edited and uploaded to our channel. Charging the GoPros again tonight to make sure that we can record that live content tomorrow.
This one fully charged, by the way.
Well, what's that?
I've got this one fully charged, by the way.
Heck yeah. Perfect. I love that for us. So we'll be recording 2 to 3 tables at the actual event and giving you some paper Legacy gameplay, which is something that, when we set out to start this project, it was based on paper Legacy and getting that out to you guys. So if there are some matchups that you want to see on the opposite weekends of Stowe, we're actually doing an event. We're co-hosting with the store in Wadsworth, Ohio. So Ben, you did that event. So it was kind of our inaugural event. And I want to preface this by saying I had drill, so I couldn't be there. Tony had an event already scheduled. So Ben came in clutch with the playtest decks. They were there. And you guys got our first inaugural event off the ground, right?
Yeah. Which we fired. But it's the first one, and there wasn't a whole lot of players. There were new people that I had never seen, and there were people that I have seen and played against, and people that I haven't seen in a while. So it was cool. It was fun. I think more people know about it now. When we went, it sounded like the people that went, they're like, oh, there's potentially 2 or 3 more people coming. They're kind of excited about this, been looking for a reason to play Legacy. So it was kind of up in the air if it was going to fire, but it did fire, which is cool. Which for a first time, only having a week of advertising out, firing is enough for me. Because just like Field of Dreams, if you build it, they will come.
They will come. Yes, that's right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some cards that talk about that have both of the events for Stowe as well as for Stowe as well as Great Oaks Tavern, and we'll be passing those out at events and whatnot. So that way, they know every week in the Northeast Ohio area, you can play Legacy.
Also,
you can
Great
not only
Oaks
play
Tavern
Legacy,
is
but
fucking sweet.
playtest. Oh, I cannot say enough. I mean, the fact that you can use your prize money for beer is awesome sauce.
Right.
But their food is amazing. It's an awesome chill location. When Tony and I first started this before Ben jumped on, our biggest thing was we wanted to have events that no offense, we just didn't want to be in a in a store when we played. Like, we wanted to enjoy an adult beverage, some good food and whatnot. And, that's why we've decided to partner with Great Oaks, just because they offer that awesome atmosphere. The guys that run it are awesome, willing to do anything to help us out. So, they're doing great things, and they are a WPN premier store.
I don't know what the difference between the two are, and I'm not sure which one they are, but I know the second word starts with a P.
Yes, so they are the top tier singles. They have a lot of singles behind the scenes. So if there are some singles you need, they can go and look for it. But they have a ton of sealed product out. And again, you can use that. Credit, over at the restaurant as well. And they also have accessories. They have a ton of stuff.
Also, the more people show up, if you end up selling them cards, because I'm assuming they buy cards, or else they wouldn't have cards. But yeah. If you end up, the more people that show up, and if you sell them cards, which they give good prices on, I'm sure, they will. It'll just build the community even more. So, I mean, the more people that show up, it's just like Better Plays. We'll use Better Plays as an example, and just they are a card shop, so it's a little different. But they're a fairly newer store. I think they've been open a year. But they've been progressively pushing events and building a huge community very, very aggressively. They're like, if you can get it to fire, we'll do it. Bring people in. And very seriously, I think it's, since COVID, the largest events that I've seen at any shop anywhere. Like, their Modern is huge, their Pioneer is huge, their Pauper is huge, their Legacy is huge. They have a huge CEDH group, which is crazy. And their cases are full of cards. Like, they just bought a giant Legacy collection. They've got like 10 duels in their case. They've got all kinds of fetches, foil fetches, shocks. Like, wall to wall is just expensive, high dollar cards, because they built a community. If that's where you go to play Magic, and if that's the shop that buys Magic cards, odds are you're going to sell them Magic cards. So the more you show up, the more we build the community, the more cards that this place is going to have. And it's a really cool place. If you scrub out, if they have like a giant event, you scrub out, they're opening the building that they're in, they're opening a bowling alley in the back. So you could even just go, if you don't want to go get awesome food and play a board game, you can go get some bowling on or something. Use your store credit for bowling. How crazy would that be?
That'd be dope. That'd be so dope. They have a ton of board games there as well. So, when we talk about building that community, so I just pulled up our Discord because someone posted a picture of a signed null rod, which I have a feeling this is Nuke Dragos, because I was going to buy it from him. So I'm wondering if that's the Legacy collection that was bought.
They posted a picture of it on their page. It was a lot of really good stuff.
Yeah. So, they've been able to, I just want to see if that was, let's see where they posted it. Announcements? Let's see. Just going off topic here, just because I want to see what like good got put there. Oh, they restocked all their singles. Love that. See, I mean, they're just super, super active, right? Like,
yeah, look at that and saying like, but like if that's where you game, like if the community gets I think the only reason that shop has this collection of cards that came in and was like, yeah, I'd like to sell these to you guys, is because it's where people game. Like,
right.
It's the community is huge. If you got 50 people, that shop probably has a good, with all the communities, Legacy, Modern, Pioneer, Pauper, CEDH, regular Commander, all the communities combined, well over, I'd say, 500 heads that walk through that door of Magic players, One Piece players. Now, if 500 people a week are walking through that door at least. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's my local shop. That's where I go. That's where they host everything. They have great singles. They'll probably give us a good number on our trades. That's what we're trying to build everywhere, especially Great Oaks, because their community is it's awesome. The atmosphere is awesome. And the food is insane. And the owners are super nice, super humble. Like their chicken tenders we got a thing of chicken tenders, and the chicken tenders were insane. I took a bite out of one, which sounds crazy to be pumping up chicken tenders like this, but I took a bite and I'm like, this is insane. And I complimented the owner on it. He goes, man, it's actually really, really crazy what you can do with never frozen, just good food. Like just don't buy shitty food. And they make the breading in-house. They make all of their sauces in-house. There's nothing that comes in a package. So like,
even their mini corn dogs,
dude,
all fresh. Love that.
Their bagel or their pretzels, that giant pretzel,
that charcuterie board,
dude, all homemade, and it comes with like homemade honey mustard, homemade spicy horseradish mustard, homemade beer cheese to dip it in. Like all of it's just all insanely good. And they're just a couple of brothers that were like, we want a place like this to hang out. Why don't we open one? Right. And it turned out fucking awesome.
Yep.
They did it.
And I did post a link to their website, greatoaks.fun. So if you want to take a look at it, take a look at where we are gaming. It's super easy to get to from 71 or 76 to 24. It's right off of 76. So you can come straight down and over. It's in Wadsworth, Ohio. Again, it's literally right off the exit. There's even a Aldi and a Walmart nearby, so you can do your grocery shopping while you're there. So it'd be like, hey, wifey, I got to go I'll do the grocery shopping this week. And then you can come home winning all that legacy cash. It can pay for your groceries. It's a beautiful thing. So and you'll have store credit that you can buy her a home cooked meal from. You can say, hey, guess what? I got to play some cards, and I got you a nice home cooked meal from the shop. Because that's when TJ came and we were getting everything set up and talking to him about it for the first time, before the legacy thing, you brought dinner home for the whole fam. Yeah.
I mean, you end up microwaving a salad, I think it was.
I did. So I can confirm that the adult beverages are really good there. And then when you get home, you microwave salads.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I do remember.
I was just trying to be super efficient, so I threw everything in the microwave, and then I realized it was a salad with ranch dressing that I took my loving wife.
Right.
So,
when ranch dressing comes out the temperature of molten lava, it's actually better, I hear.
She didn't think so. All right. So what are we looking at right now as far as our legacy meta? So in our previous episode, we talked about how right now, the meta is very much unsolved. So with Vexing Bauble kind of out of the mix, if you will, some decks, some old friends came back as far as Canadian Threshold, aka Delver. That's coming back. Stompy is at the top where it should be, with mono red prison / Stompy. But Ben, do you think this meta is solved?
No, not at all.
Think we're there yet?
Also,
okay.
I don't know if this is like a really direct reflection of what actually is really popular and being played, because I don't know how many leagues you've played recently.
So in the last 2 weeks, I have played 0. Unfortunately, life has just been kicking my ass. So I also just started the applying for law school thing. So I'm finishing up my 3rd master's and I'm moving on to law school. So
congratulations.
I'm focused on that a little bit.
Humble brag.
Yeah. But no, it wasn't meant to be one.
I'm just kidding.
I'm just being real.
I will. So this last week, January is historically a slow month in the business that I'm in. So this last week has been a lot of downtime at work. And during that downtime at work, I hope nobody that I work with is watching, but they probably aren't because they're all fucking regular. But
fucking muggles. That's what we call them, muggles.
Right, dude. Soft. I've been grinding some leagues. So this last week, I at least got in a league a day, if not two. And it seems like, because I know Reanimator is, according to every list you look at, really popular in most of the meta share. But like, I've played a lot of Delver. I've played a lot of Eldrazi. I've played a lot of Oops. Oops All Spells. And if you look at those decks too, Eldrazi, Oops, Delver is like a 50-50. It is modern. It is to legacy as Jund used to be to modern, right? It's the 50-50 matchup. You play really, really well, and you should end the game with 0 cards in hand, but you should win. Oh, Anthony. Dude, I didn't even know your legal name was Anthony. Fucking white people.
Dude, I know white people.
Showing up in the middle of it. Are you at the airport right now?
I am. I'm sitting down right now. I'm going to get a beer, and I want to talk to my buddies.
Yeah,
Nice.
We're talking about.
Where are you? That's not Cleveland?
No, it's Columbus.
Oh, okay.
You drove to Columbus to fly to Disney?
Yeah, it's only an hour from my house. So.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you live in Ashland, so it's whether you're driving to Cleveland or Columbus, it's the same.
Right.
And I love that you probably just got us our second strike. I just want to point that out because we are live streaming.
Oh, what was the strike?
The WHITE.
Oh, shit.
So we're going to go down the lore real quick. The first time I believe that I met Ben, he made that same comment that he just did as far as his WHITE friends, and we got a copyright strike. So if this stream shuts down, we do apologize. You can pick it up on the hopefully it'll still publish out to Spotify as well as our other locations. But
yeah, I'm just gonna get a drink.
Okay. Yep.
so we were just talking about kind of the meta right now, and I posed the question, is the meta solved? Kind of foreshadowing, knowing that it's not. And we're just kind of talking about what the, what the meta is right now. And because I do want to talk a little bit about sideboarding as well. So if we're looking at MTG Goldfish, this is kind of where our meta is at, 11.1%, being mono red Stompy. And then our friend Delver coming back at 9.8%. So we're looking at 30% of the meta being Stompy, Delver, Eldrazi, and then 7.5% being Dimir, Reanimator. So this is what it looks like right now. And then you can see, we have our, Cephalid Breakfast coming in at 3.9%, aka Tony Plowshares deck. So,
and I have seen a lot of I've seen a lot of Breakfast and a lot of Nadu,
I just tried
like
to...
Blue Zenith.
Yeah.
But like
mute him.
Oh, hell yeah. So with what with the leagues that I've been jamming, it's like I've been running into Oops. Actually, I think I messaged our group chat and I was like, is Oops like popular right now? Because I keep fucking running into it. I don't think it's a good deck. It's very all in. It's very fucking annoying. It's very lame. But I mean, I play Storm, so I'm sure there's people that say the same thing about me. I have seen a lot of the mid-rangey, so a lot of the Delver stuff, because it's just a good deck, always will be a good deck. And when the meta is being shaken up, it doesn't depend on the meta as much on being a good and reliable deck because how much card filtering you can do, especially with Darcy existing. So the consistency is nice. It's just the really good players are going to do really good with it. The really mid players are going to do really mid with it. It's a hard deck to pilot at a consistently good level. Now, Oops All Spells I've been seeing a lot because I would assume that with the meta being shaken up and still trying to solve, if the meta is trying to solve, an all-in combo deck that just does something crazy is just good.
Right.
It's just good. And then the other two culprits, you look at Blue Zenith or Breakfast. That's just a good deck, and it was a great deck before the bannings, and it lost nothing. and then Eldrazi, which was a great deck before the bannings and lost next to nothing. So you look at two very good decks that were good previous and lost almost nothing, and a bunch of decks that are really good when the format's trying to solve itself, performing really well.
Can we pause here real quick?
Yeah.
And just peep this list. So we're running, this is a Cephalid Breakfast list from the China Legacy Championships. It's running 2 Stoneforge. China flu. Now we're definitely getting, we're definitely on a list. 2 Stoneforge Mystics, and we're getting pre-war Formalware added,
That
as well
card
as
is
2
insane.
Shuko.
Dude,
This is hot.
pre-war Formalware is a very good card that has been seeing a lot of play in a lot of stuff. But yeah,
So are they using this just to go get the for when you put Thoracle in your graveyard?
Yeah, you can do that, or you can.
hot.
I mean, if someone kills a Stoneforge Mystic, like if you have a pre-war formal mate, where in pre-forged formal where
Pre-war Formalware.
yeah, words. You can bring back a Stoneforge that was killed.
Pre-war.
Yeah, fucking words.
So you can use that. You can go get your Shuko. Dang.
Yeah.
Tony, why aren't you on this? This is hot.
No, it is hot. Actually, it's funny that you mentioned that. There's this Yorion list that I've been messing around with that is really similar to this, but it just like packs 4 of it, all the good stuff, right? Like you get so by like adding Yorion, normally I'm not like a fan of that, but like you're in a mill deck, right? So thank you very much. So like the interesting part for me is if you draw your 2-card combo, it doesn't matter how many cards in your deck, you're just gonna mill them anyways, right?
Right.
And then, but it also gives you like that like super awesome like Plan B mid-range style deck with the Stoneforge Mystics that, and like you can also play in like the 80 card version. You can also play 4 Shukos. So you're like, I play Stoneforge Mystic and Nadu and 4 Shukos. So like you don't even need a Nomad Zencore and play to win, like right.
That's
Because
so
you're
good.
just playing 4 Shuko and then 4 Stoneforge Mystics and then like Cauldra and like pre-war Formalware. Like you get to play everything. It's awesome.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen the Stoneforge Mystic pre-war. That's freaking cool.
Yeah.
And I love that it's evolving, right? So we're not just sitting with stagnant stuff. We're trying new things because we're in such an unsolved meta.
If you notice anything about this, and this is kind of where like the format's been shifting. The format's so fast right now that like, I mean, like obviously like mono red's at the top of the format because it's so fast. Reanimator obviously is still a deck. And then, with like oops all spells and stuff like that, like the format's so aggressive and fast that like look at the top meta. It's like Ancient Tomb deck that play Chalice of the Voids, or like 1 mana, 0 mana decks, and then like you have Delver in there, and you have like combo deck, and then like Dimir Tempo, like 7, 8 down the list.
Right.
That's a fair deck other than Delver. So like everything else is just like super aggressive and fast, or like combo. So I think like I cut the main deck to Fury out of my original breakfast list, and I put Tamiyo in its place.
Yeah.
Because 3 minutes of Fury is just so slow that like a turn 1 Tamiyo is just absurd, right?
Tamiyo is such an insane card.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure.
I was going to buy some today, but the Japanese ones are $76 fucking dollars. 0% chance I'm spending $76 on a fucking.
Are they the ripple foils or whatever?
No, that's a regular Japanese non-foil. It's not the full art. It's just the regular Tamiyo is $76.
Damn.
And the full art one is like $7 more. I'm like 0% chance I'm spending $150 on 3 Tamiyos.
If you look at like how the format is though right now, like and I've been also like messing with like lands a lot again, and it's kind of interesting because it's at a point where like Sphere Lands is just like undoubtedly like the better version of lands at this moment, because if I queue into like anything, like even Eldrazi turn or game 1, like, you know, having a slow game plan of like punishing flyers with like Hydroblasts in my sideboard is not good against Eldrazi, but Sphere of Resistance can be.
Yeah.
So, you know, Sphere of Resistance with Wasteland against the deck that wants 2 mana in play, like, is pretty good. So, just hedging that game plan, and then obviously like oops all spells and stuff, like, you know, it's been going back to that. But then also, like, I've been messing around with a Teamer lands list that's just like, it gives you all the reactive sideboard cards. Like, you get Flusterstorm, you get Red Blast, you get Hydroblasts, you get Consigned to Memories. Like, your sideboard is just jacked. Force of Vigor. Like, your sideboard contains like almost 0 artifacts because it's just like Blue Blasts, Red Blasts, Force of Vigors. Like, it's just absurd, right? So, but yeah, the format's definitely been, I think super aggressive at first, which is like indicative of a big shift, which we had. But I also think that it needs to leverage out a lot more, because as fast as the format is, I don't think that's where people want the format to be, right?
So a question that we had was, what are like new, you know, obviously we have Aether Drift right around the corner, and then we just had Foundations. So, you know, a lot of people worry, you know, or they've been burnt maybe by going into formats that, you know, rotate. So do you think that in the next year, we're going to see a lot of changes to the legacy metagame? Right. So if you're new looking into this, be like, I don't want to go into modern, but I want something a little bit more powerful than standard. You know, I've heard about this thing called Legacy. It seems like it's proxy and playtest friendly, so I want to check it out. Do you think that the new releases that are coming out are going to affect our meta at all? Do you think Aether Drift is going to, or any of the stuff that's planned for this year?
I cut out there for a second, but I think the question was, do I think that the new sets coming out are going to impact the format enough to shift it in a healthy direction? Is that right?
Correct.
Or unhealthy even.
Yeah. Well, you had just said, well, you ended on, I don't think it's where players want to be. So that's why I went into that. So
yeah, Wizards is pretty good at making it unhealthy format, because they just never keep a legacy in mind, and they accidentally do some fucked up shit. And then the next thing you know, it's unplayable until it's playable again.
Right.
Well, right. And I think the problem inherently is that they're printing these standard power level sets that have like one applicable card maybe in a legacy setting, whereas when they print these high powered sets like Modern Horizons, those have like 5 or 6 cards in it that impact legacy on a big level, whereas, you know, like an MTG, you know, M25 set that like powerhouse creatures, it's like you might get one in there that's like, oh, this is a sweet reanimation target, like better than a Traxa type deal. But other than that, you know, you don't get like a lot of things that shift it. Like, you're not going to print Kithkins, right? And like next thing you know, like the mono white aggro is top of the metagame again. So,
Well, they could.
Or bunny rabbits. What was the bunnies? You know,
they could.
Like,
they could.
They could. So I think that no, I think the format has to fix itself at this point. The fact that Delver is an increasing share, like, that will keep oops all spells and stuff like in check. You know, and I think like the more that Delver does better, the better overall health it is for the format. Because ideally you want like some sort of like fair based, you know, tempo deck at the top of the metagame, right? Like Ben was saying, you know, like people that play Delver are going to do well with Delver, and you know, you kind of want that to be a thing for the format, because then it allows your other decks that you know, if Lightning Bolt is good again, like, you know, that's a place I want to be, right?
Yeah, me too, because I don't give a fuck about that card.
Me too, because I don't know what is a Lightning Bolt, right?
Yeah. Who gives a shit, dude? What are you going to target an exploration?
Right. Yeah.
So with this, are we surprised at all to see Delver come back?
No. In my personal opinion, no.
And why is that?
Because it's a fair deck that takes a high skill level to actually be good, but it's very versatile and it's always just going to be good no matter what. Because I shouldn't say no matter what, because then someone's going to be like, well, there's times where it's not. Yeah, no shit. It's just a deck that it's like Burn. Like if you look at Burn in relativity to Modern, when the format is healthy, Burn is like a moderately playable deck. Also, when it's shaken up, it's a moderately playable deck, and it's actually really good when the meta is trying to solve itself. But it's just one of those decks that's just like it's got answers to everything, especially like when you're doing Grixis variant or something along those lines, or Tamer. Like Delver has been a staple in Legacy forever, and sometimes it gets a little too powerful and Gitaxian Probe gets banned or Deathrite Shaman gets banned.
I think right, like to elaborate on that, Ben, I mean, like Delver is the police, right? And like if something is like more oppressive than the police, like that's a problem, right? So I think that if Delver is at the top,
calling police oppressive might not be exactly where we want to take a stance on.
No. I guess that was a bad analogy.
This episode is doomed.
He goes. If they're more oppressive than the police, we got a problem.
That's what I'm saying. Like the police should be present in the format, right? Like that's the proverbial police. So, like it's the telltale. It's the checklist, right? Like you have to pass the Delver test. So I think that, like a format where Delver is doing well is like a healthy place. And I want to be in that where it's like 20% of the meta is a specific deck, or like, 20% of the meta is playing 4 Underground Seas and 4 Dark Rituals. Like, I don't want to be in that world, right? Like that sounds scary to me and just not healthy.
100%. So going into, we're almost through the month of January, which means we have a pretty big event right around the corner. So Buffalo Chicken Dip is the next large event that's happening in Paper Magic, especially if you are East Coast. So going into Buffalo Chicken Dip, what are you guys playing?
Is it the real question? I am on the fence. So this is my thought process. I really like Control, and I've played it twice. I've played Legacy Control twice in my life, and the first time was at Better Plays 2 weeks ago, and I played it again at Great Oaks, and at Better Plays, I had 0 losses. Oh, no, that's not correct. I take that back. I had 1 loss. It was 2. I went 2-1-2. And both of my draws, had I had more time, I would have for sure won the match. So I would have gone, well, also had I played faster or closed out faster, there was one time that it wasn't my fault. I was playing against what's the infestation, the slime infestation deck? With
Slime Against Humanity.
Slime Against Humanity, which game 1 he mulliganed 9 times, or 8 or 9 times.
Right.
So most of our round time was spent with him mulliganing, which is annoying that was one of my draws, but it is what it is. It's my fault for not playing win conditions. Which is my favorite version of Control, is don't play a win condition. Who needs creatures to win the game? Fuck all that noise. I want to win with Jace. But that being said, my win rate with Control right now is pretty all right. I don't know if I want to play a big event with Control yet, or Stoneblade yet. I'd like to, but I don't think I'm ready to. So I'm probably going to play Storm. I've been grinding it like crazy. And anybody that's going to anybody that's going to Buffalo Chicken Dip, if you fucking reveal my secrets, because most of that room does not know me. Most of that room does not know me, so don't reveal my secrets to other passerbys until after I'm doing well after the first like whatever rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let me get a couple free wins before everyone in the room knows what I'm playing.
I'm gonna wear a shirt that says with your face on it that says Ben's playing Storm.
Public enemy number one.
I'll tell you what. As much as I would hate people spreading the word, that'd be the funniest way to do it. So I'm in, dude. I would be required by law to give you mad props for how fucking funny that is because that's powerful.
Yeah, be like, this guy is playing.
Yeah, if you
Storm
see
today.
this fella, he's playing Storm, like a wanted poster.
That's awesome.
That's so good. God, that I'd be so. I would want to be mad, but I would have to just be like. But I was told. So I was told that room is really not ready for Storm, which is cool for me. Storm is really bad in a room that's ready for Storm.
Guess what though? Your boy is probably going to be back on the lands train for Buffalo Chicken.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
He better be.
I think that if I can figure out the green-white mana base for Spheres, because it's super tight, right? Like, I'm kind of torn between like, I would say I'm sold on 52 cards. There's like 8 cards in the deck that I'm like, I don't know what I want to play.
Yeah. Are you going to be doing that lookout?
No, I'm doing I'm debating right now. I'm playing like traditional green-white Spheres with either 2 Swords to Plowshares main deck, or like some combination of like 1 walk-in closet, or like a 3rd Swords maybe, or something. So like, but the mana base is what's really tripping me up. Yeah, like there's things in this mana base that like I'm just not. This is a cool looking list though, like with the 2 Disruptor Flutes and the 2 Reclaimers. But I think what's like really the most powerful thing about Spheres is that the Disruptor Flute thing, like, you know, it's got a really high ceiling, but like its floor can be really low, and like Spheres' floor is just higher. So having the ability to, thank you. Having the ability to just always know like what minimum value like you get out of your Spheres.
Did we lose him? I mean, he is.
No.
There we go. You're back.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think just like, you know, like when your opponent's tapped out and like, you know, you're like, the only card I'm scared of is Force of Will. Like they're tapped out, Sphere of Resistance is in play. Force of Will is not on the table. So like being able to like minimally check things off like that, I think is a really important note to how the metagame is right now. So this list probably overall like higher playability. It's got Talon Gates and stuff, and like the 2 main deck Disruptor Flutes, like it's probably got some awesome sick lines that can navigate its way through some games, but like
sick nasty lines.
Raw power level, like I don't know, like Spheres is probably just better.
I don't know. I love Lava Spur Boots. I don't know. You've never played it, but I love boots. I love boots.
I know.
Coming from that's a very red player thing to say.
I love it. So hasty. I want everything hasty, baby.
And Shroud, right? Or no, Ward 1, right?
Yeah, Ward 1. And I mean, it's so like, to me, Boots is so good with like Reclaimers that I would want to be on a deck that plays like 4 Reclaimers and 4 Knight of the Reliquaries if I was considering playing Boots.
Right.
But like the Merit Age thing is just not enough for me to.
Well, I don't think Merit Age is like enough to hinge all your bets on anyway right now with the way the meta is. Like it's sorting out and there's enough bounce and there's enough exile that it's just not worth it. Also, there's a lot of combo, so like nice Merit Age, I won.
Right.
Yeah.
So you brought up this this card, which is probably a new card if you're not on the Lands Discord. So Walk-in Closet and Forgotten Cellar. So on one side we have the you may play land cards from your graveyard, which we've seen that on both a creature as well as I believe an artifact, enchantment. Before.
Artifacts.
But the other side, when you unlock this door, you may cast spells from your graveyard this turn, and if a card would be put into your graveyard from anywhere this turn, exile it. So walk us through the include as far as this into lands, because you guys suck at making colored mana, and this is a 2-green spell.
I don't think you ever care about the cellar, right?
Well, no, I mean, absolutely you do. Like, so the interesting thing about this is, so like Crucible Worlds is in a lot of decks.
Yeah.
And Crucible is good because it's an artifact. Well, this is an enchantment, but the interesting thing is it pitches to Force of Vigor.
Oh, okay.
So, like, you know, it's a Crucible that also pitches to Force of Vigor that also has the ability to have an upside.
So you care about the closet portion and the pitchable to force significantly more than the cellar. I don't think you give a shit about the cellar.
It's like
portion.
a level up. It's like a level up, though.
Right, because you're doing 3 colorless for the artifact Crucible of Worlds.
Yeah, or that I'm playing Ancient Tombs and Mox Diamonds, 3 mana. Like that 5 mana tag is not that big, right? Like,
well, yeah, but you only really care about the walk-in closet. Like, what are you casting? Because it's only till the end of turn. So, like, when you unlock it, you get to cast.
Right. But Forgotten Cellar with Life from the Loam allows me to go
exploration.
It allows me to go. I'm gonna play these 2 Mox Diamonds that I milled over, and now I'm gonna play an exploration off one of them, and like, you know. So I mean,
crop rotation, everything.
Yeah, like you can just like cast a bunch of spells from your graveyard and then like play Loam and be like, now I can play 5 lands from my group.
Well, but it exiles your Loam.
Yeah. So
I mean, this is the winning. But I mean, at this point, you're winning, right? Like, if you can't pop Cellar and then win.
Sure. But what I'm saying is, I'm assuming that Cellar is, it's nice to have, but you don't really, that's not how you're winning the game. The walk-in closet is the whole reason you play the card. The Cellar is cool, but like at the same time, you're not playing it for the Cellar portion.
Right.
I actually think the Cellar could be more counterproductive than productive.
I think that you're missing how powerful that Cellar can be. Like,
no, I don't. I play Gaia's Will. I understand how that works.
Like
I get
casting like multiple Mox Diamonds that have went to my graveyard through like milling and like, you know, being able to. I get it. But yeah, like having ancient, because if you don't play Ancient Tombs and stuff, like, yeah, then you're only playing it for the walk-in closet, right? Because it pitches to Force of Vigor. But yeah, like it's just like a better Crucible, really. And then like you also have that upside.
And it's also an enchantment, which is harder. We don't tend to sideboard with enchantments in mind. We do for artifacts for sure. I mean, we have a braid, we have the goofy thing that you played that destroys 2 artifacts that's green. So
don't worry about that card. Don't name it either, because I don't want anybody to fucking name it.
I'm about to Google that.
I don't want
to Google it.
Say it out loud. Don't say it out loud. I don't need people Disruptor Fluting it.
Is it Pulverized? Is that the name of it?
No. That's a good card, but that's not. He's talking about artifacts or enchantments. I think it's from Aether Reborn.
Resistance?
Nope.
No, I want to say it's a Bloomborough card.
Maybe it could be. Bro. Maybe it's from Stronghold. I don't know.
The one where he gets
Stronghold, he says. No, bro.
Is it the
not
one with
me
the
trying to lead you down the wrong path? It could be. It might have a gift. It might not.
It does have a gift.
No, I don't know for sure.
I think it does.
It does.
You gift him
I don't know about that. Or you gift a fish, maybe. I don't know.
Gift a fish. I want to give you a fish. What do we got here? I'm gonna name it right now, bro.
Yeah, I wish you. I'm leading you down the wrong path intentionally. You're gonna say Into the Flood Maw, and I'm like, nope.
No. It's the one where you gift him a card.
It blows up.
Yeah.
Destroy.
Back to nature.
Card.
Back to nature is not it. Promise. Back to nature exiles 1 card from a graveyard, and it's 2 mana to do it, and I know that. But
Return to nature.
Return to dust. It's 4 mana.
That's a white one. No, what's the green one that says destroy all artifacts and enchantments target player controls?
Tranquil Domain.
No, for 2 mana.
Tranquil Domain.
No.
It says destroy all enchantments in play. Tranquil Domain.
Or artifacts.
No, not artifacts, just enchantments.
What am I thinking?
Dun 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 dun.
Damn it, dude!
You underestimate my Googling.
Damn, dude.
Which is wild.
Wear down, dude. That's the one.
If the gift was promised, instead destroy 2 artifacts and or enchantments.
Easy.
And,
secrets don't have friends.
Well, I'll say this. I'm glad you pulled that up because I'm not playing it. Idiots. I hope everybody names it off Disruptor Flute like a moron.
I'm just going to have Deafening Silences and Sphere of Resistances in play.
Pulverize just deals with does not deal with Deafening Silence. I have a way to deal with Deafening Silence. I don't have a way to do
Stompy, you idiot.
God, we are aging ourselves. We're getting old.
I know, right?
I know.
Ren and Stimpy. Ugh.
Idiot. You remember the Ren and Stimpy special that was like the After Dark special? Yeah, on Comedy Central, the After Dark kind of thing.
Oh, I thought you were saying like Nick at Night. My bad.
Yeah, Nick at Night. Yeah. I didn't have cable, so I only saw it at my cousin's house.
You guys remember that the Tales from the Crypt guy, like the
that's
the
us,
little, like the skeleton guy,
the
right?
skeleton because he's old as all fuck.
I dated a chick once that looked like him.
Dude,
yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, I was trying to get him to spit his beer out.
This might look like a Google search for Tales of Crypt, but it's really just Tony's Facebook page for people that he's dated.
Right. Those are just my exes. Yeah,
it's my yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you though, that beard tickled every time he kissed me.
Oh, God, I love that.
There's still a lot of unsolved pieces with the legacy metagame right now.
Yeah.
So going forward, I think that I am going to be on prison for Buffalo Chicken Dip. I think we're in a good place right now. I don't really love the options that Mono Red Prison has. So there's like 3 different things that are going on right now. We're either doing 8 Moon. So we have 8 Moon effects with the Magus. We're doubling down on higher mana stuff with a Karn version. And then there's an outlier version that's really just focusing on like the Trinispheres and more of a Staxy like play, right? So with those 3 things, I don't know. I'm kind of looking at creating a build that's between them. I'm not going to go with Karn at all as much as I want to. I mean, it's such a high playing it. But again, I think I'm just looking at my goal is to punish greedy mana bases and tax things until I can win. So I'll be developing something around that with Mono Red Prison. At least that's the goal. Or I'll just throw like something wild together because I was looking at some humans lists today, and I do love me some humans. And
or play blue black tempo.
Or blue black tempo, yeah. But
you know what I actually was thinking earlier? I was thinking about you all week. When I was jamming some leagues, you would love, and I hate to say this because it's super good against me, and I don't want to encourage you to play something that's actually just good against me. I'd like you to play something that's like a 50-50 so we'd have good games. That being said, something that is super up your alley that I think you should play or try is Boros Initiative. So
I've looked at it. I think it's a good mix between the two, for sure.
I think it's something that you would actually enjoy a lot.
You know what's terrifying out of initiative? The fact that they play
all of it for me.
Well, yeah, I mean, no, literally, yeah. Like, but honestly, the fact that that deck plays 4th Aerolingus.
Aren't they playing 4 Archon of Emeria?
Yeah.
Scumbags, dude. Scum of the earth.
They're playing 4 Archons because that replaced White Plume, essentially.
Yeah, the card's so good. Yeah, 4 Archon of Emeria. Eat shit. I don't like that. Also, Anointed Peacekeeper. I got by that because I think you can name a land, and then the activated ability costs 2 more. So, like, if I'm not mistaken.
Sorry, I was going to get some of these cards so I can have it ready for tomorrow.
Anointed Peacekeeper. Can you click on that so it goes full screen? Your spells you cast.
That's the one where they duress you and it costs.
So like, yeah, or activated abilities. So they cast it, and I just read it, and I was like, cool. And I didn't sack my fetch in response like a fucking idiot. And he named my fetch land, and I'm like, oh, cool. I just got. So like, you can get got by making a fetch land cost 2 more, which was really popular with what's the activated abilities cost 2 more of named card. You can name it off of a bunch of stuff, but there was a version
about this, TJ.
There's one that's really popular in stacks and Commander. It's a 2-drop enchantment.
It's only playing 6 initiative creatures.
1, 2, 6, yeah. Ooh, Solitude, that's hot.
Oh yeah, dude. No, yeah. It's like a 0 mana deck, or like it's just playing like a 4 mana spell turn 1. Like you're playing 4 Chrome Mox and 4 Lotus Petals and 4 Simian Spear Guides and 4 Ancient Tombs and 4 City of Traders. Like,
good God.
Like, yeah, your goal every game turn 1 is to play an initiative creature.
I'm telling you, it's super up your alley. You would very much so enjoy it. And I hate telling you this because it is actually very good against me. And it's not that I don't like losing. I like having good games. I think good games are where skill is born. Suppression Field, damn it. That's the 2-drop enchantment that I was thinking about. That used to be really popular. But I like having good games, and I don't think like I have good games against this deck. That being said, I think it's super up your alley, and I think you would enjoy it. And it's not too costly, and I think you own most of the cards. Like, do you own a playset of City of Traders?
Card.
Oh, 100%. Playing every week.
You have this deck.
Yep.
Yeah, you have this deck. You have cities, you have tombs.
He's got Chrome Moxes.
Do you have a plateau?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you own this deck. You might not own Peacekeeper. That's a weird card to have.
I do, because if you look behind me, I have all my Dominaria bulk right there.
Well, fucking settle
Well,
down.
TJ,
it's a 78-cent card.
TJ says bulk. And
no, that's 78 cents for 2 cards.
He had 20 Besiegers.
Yeah, he goes,
like,
yeah, I got all my bulk back there. He goes, oh, fuck, there was 20 Besiegers in there. That's crazy.
That actually happened with Fables.
Is the blue one any good? He's like, I got 15 of those.
Ottawaras?
Yeah.
It's a good card.
Yeah, I had a lot. I bought a lot of Kamigawa.
Smart. Not really, but
well,
I mean,
hindsight 2020.
Good luck tomorrow. I got to go get ready for the flight here. But
safe travels. Send nudes when you get to your destination.
Oh, I will. I got a shirt for you guys too.
Oh boy, I can't wait.
Look
for some unique Lorcana cards while you're down there in the park.
Lorcana cards.
Well, you're going to Disney, right?
Oh yeah, they'll have cards.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
I mean, it's Disney.
No. I would think so. I will look. If
Well,
there's cards there, I'll sniff them out.
Look, here's the thing about Disney. It's the place where dreams come true. So if they don't have your cards, I'd file a formal complaint. My dream is to eat a fucking
safe travels, my man.
Oh, hey, before you leave, when you get there, for sure go to the place that has the turkey leg the size of your head. and enjoy it and eat it and get a picture with it because it's a requirement when you go.
Okay. Turkey leg size in my head. Got it.
If we need to do a GoFundMe, we can. We want to see this happen.
Yeah, it's Gaston's. It's very good. You'll enjoy it. Fucking don't be a bitch about it.
I wouldn't dream of it.
I love that. I love that for all of us even. Should I get my eyebrows microbladed?
Goodbye, Tony. Safe travels. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
Have fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll hopefully see you next week.
Guys.
Bye.
Yep.
Peace.
Bye.
Well, that was cool. Didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah.
Like, I thought he was done, like, out of the way.
Yeah, dude, he's like, hey, wife, family, I'm going to go get in on this real quick. You hang tight.
I'm going to get a beer. And I'm going to talk about slinging spells.
Right, that's so funny.
That's awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I do have to go build my deck for tomorrow, so we're ready. Again, I'm slinging some blue spells tomorrow, and a little preview. This is going to get used, so we're going to be
Tamio's emblem. What was that?
a Kaito's emblem.
Oh, so you're not doing real blue spells. You're doing like mid-range blue spells or ninjas.
Mid-range.
So you're doing one Kaito and it's like Delvery stuff.
Yep.
I love that.
It's literally like 4 cards different than Delver.
How much is an English Tamio these days?
$30.
Damn, dude.
If
What
that,
do I have?
Right?
I don't know. I just know the Japanese one was $74, and I'm like, not it, or 76 or whatever it was.
Oh, they're up to 45 now.
Yeah, dude, go to haruruya.com or Haruruya. It might be Haruruya MTG. Just search Haruruya, Google. Haruruya MTG. Which which is actually how you say hallelujah in Japanese. That word means hallelujah in Japanese, and that's how it's spelled, is Haruruya.
I put in Tamio.
Did you go? No, you're on Tamio MTG. No, go to HaruruyaMTG.com.
That's what this is.
Oh, your screen still is just showing Tamio on Google. Oh, there you go.
There we go. Sorry.
So that's the emblem.
Well, I just typed in Tamio.
You search just the emblem. There you go. The emblem. Delete emblem. You silly goose. You keep searching emblem.
I only buy English cards. I'm sorry. I only speak English.
All right. Hit search without emblem, you silly goose.
I just did. We're thinking.
No, that okay. What's going on here?
Okay, right. I'm gonna go back to the main website, right?
Yep. Right there, product name, Tamio. Nope, don't do that. Comma, space, field researcher.
Right?
Yep, search. They have 3 in stock. I checked today. What the fuck is happening?
They had.
No, like, hold on. I'm just going to send you the link.
They had.
Why does it not work on your thing?
Look at all those fancy blood moons, though.
The Chronicles Black Border is the only correct one.
Not true.
Have you seen Chronicles Black Border?
I mean, this one's pretty sexy, too.
Which one?
How much is...
Whoa, what just happened?
15,000. Is that a lot of yen?
No, 1,500 yen is like... It used to be exactly like $15, but the yen is down. They're struggling. So, yeah, see, what the fuck?
This looks like the English version.
It looks like the dark. So, yeah. So there's Chronicles. No, that's Italian. The dark. But Chronicles black border looks like dark. There you go. Japanese black border Blood Moon Chronicles 8,000 yen.
Is that a lot?
It's like, I don't know, 60 or 50 or 60 bucks.
Yeah, I've never bought through here.
Here, I'm sending you the link for Tameo Field Researcher since for some reason
Can you
your search
toss
engine
it in the link or the group, the Google Doc?
Oh, I can certainly try.
For everybody on the podcast, thanks for going with us. We appreciate you going down this little path as we talk about all these Japanese cards.
Oh, Japanese. Okay, toss it in the Google Doc, he said. Is that even legal? All right, it's Command
You just
V.
entered.
Oh, God.
You just entered.
There. I added it to the very top. There you go. Oh, fuck. That's the wrong Tameo.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, they're out.
No, they got 3. Hold on. I just did the wrong one because I'm stupid.
No, because I said it. It's not.
You said Field Researcher? Oh,
Yeah.
It's not Field Researcher. It's Inquisitive Student or Inquisitive something.
I mean, I probably have one right in front of me. I could probably just look.
Yeah, that probably would be the easiest way to do this.
Does anybody know in chat?
Inquisitive Student, maybe? Inquisitive Student, sure as shit. Damn. I'm dumb.
We're now searching. Oh, there we go.
They have exactly 3 in stock. Look at that. Yeah. Now, if you do yen to USD, now open up a Google tab and search yen to USD and do 12,000. It's 12,000 yen is 76, I think. $76.
So it's 12,000.
Yeah.
76 doll hairs.
Yeah, and I'm not fucking doing that.
No.
You got me all kinds of fucked up. Not interested. I did pick up they had in stock for the first time in months prismatic vistas. So I got a play set of prismatic vistas because I need that for Jeskai.
So you have her and Jeskai.
3 of. It's a good card. It's Planeswalker. It's just Planeswalker control. So it's her, Narset, Teferi, and Jace. And I think I'm actually going to add a 5 fairy, Teferi the 5-drop, the Hero Dominaria, just as a cooler win con. Also, if you resolve that card and you don't win, you fucked up. It's because you went to time.
Yeah, because that's the one where you start like just deleting their stuff, right?
Yeah, the emblem says every time you draw a card, exile one of their permanents. So, like, what can happen is you just exile all their lands every time you draw a card. You brainstorm, you exile 3 lands. But then eventually you just keep ticking it up, and then you tuck Teferi. So you can't mill yourself out. Your win condition is they can never cast spells. And you tuck him, put him on the bottom of your library. Even if you only have 1 card in your library, it's him. You draw him, you cast him, you tuck him over and over and over and over and over again. And every time you draw him, you exile a permanent. So you go, I'll exile that land, I'll exile that land, I'll exile that creature, I'll exile that land, I'll exile that land, until they lose the game from drawing every card in their library. Like, you don't have to cast spells ever again if you don't want to. You can just be like, exile that, exile that, exile that, exile that, eat shit. You're mad.
That's wild.
The ultimate win con is no win con, but who am I?
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us tonight on the podcast. It was a good just catch up snapshot into the meta, the first month of 2025 and kind of where we're at. And I think the final call was that it's unsolved still. We're starting to see things come out. But again, we have some new releases coming out this year that could affect kind of the legacy game. So, it might change. So right now, come out, support your local events. And if you're in the Northeast Ohio area, come by our events because we have 25, I believe, playtest decks that are ready to go. So you don't have to spend any money. Just come and enjoy Legacy. Find out what Legacy is all about, and we hope that you'll join us at a future event. So if you want to get a hold of us, do a Google search for The Ohio Eternal. You can find our Discord on our YouTube page as well as our website as well. You can also just go to your web browser and type in eternal.rocks, and that'll take you to all of our information as well. So until next time, thank you so much for joining us. If you need anything from us, please feel free to reach out.
Miss you already? Send nudes.
I love that.